Today we're working on a 2017 Acura TLX. We're going to be doing the push button start, 3x lock remote start from factory remote. So I'll take you on a quick guide and show you how it's done. Alright, to start beginning with this TLX, you're going to need one of these and a Phillips screwdriver. First thing you have to do is pretty much pry this off using one of these. I would refrain from using flathead or anything like that. You might end up scratching one of these pieces. But anyway, I usually start off from the very bottom, kind of slowly pop it off. All the way inside, obviously there's going to be one up top. And then all these clips that you see. This one is missing, so we'll leave it alone. But once you pop all that, the whole piece just pops off and put it aside. Now we'll move on to the next step. Next piece you have to take off is this bottom cover right here. Same way, start from one end, work your way to the other. All of this is just clips as well, so just kind of be careful taking it off. That way you don't end up breaking any of them. So once you get that out, put it aside, and then moving on to the next step. Alright, when you get that off, this location right here, and then right here, it's going to have an 8mm bolt. And then on the top, you're going to have Phillips screws right here. 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and take that off. For this next part, this is the one where you kind of have to be careful. Again, use one of these and slowly pry off from here, but towards this way, not up or not down, but kind of a little bit sideways. As you can see, the clips are on an angle, so don't go too crazy. And the one right here is the one you have to watch out for. Obviously it inserts like this, so once you get everything else, these two have to go up. Once you get that cover off, you're gonna have one screw right here. Go ahead and take that off. Next step would be to take the whole glove box off. As you can see, there's obviously 2 more clips after you take that screw off. Once you get that out, pull it towards you, and this whole assembly pretty much comes off. Just to give you an oversight on what it looks like after you take the glove box off, the module that you're going to be accessing is the one right here. So I'm not sure if you can just slide this off. I'm going to try both ways first. If not, I'm going to take this bolt off and see what it looks like after that one's taken off. For this particular step, you're going to need a inverted socket, but if you do not have one, which I as well don't have one, you can use any 1/4 inch. It'll fit just enough to loosen it, so as you can see. That's going to be on my list to buy next, is one of those. Not sure why Acura would even use one of these things when obviously you can use a 10mm, but it is what it is. Go ahead and take this off. And then slide the unit down, and we're gonna make our connections. So once you get that thing released, just move it up front. The 2 connections that you're gonna use are these 2. I already made that connection, so go ahead and snap the factory one, insert it on the T and make sure it locks in. Place it on the other one, and then the bottom piece, the smaller one, same way. Make sure it's completely over there. You're going to be placing this in the lower location, so go ahead and plug these 2 to the main unit. You will not need this. This is for the models with steering lock, which this does not have, so that's going to stay disconnected. But you will need to connect these 2, and let's begin the programming. The programming is a 2-stage setup. Obviously you have to open and close the door, ignition on, wait for the light. You do have to go back to the computer and flash it the second time. That way it'll decrypt the immobilizer information, and then reprogram it the second time. And then you do have to program the tach, which is starting the car, holding the brake pedal. See if I can focus in for you. If you don't have the weblink USB setup, you'd have to send it back to the individual that you bought it from, and then they'll reprogram it the second time. Here's how I routed everything. Obviously, I already bolted everything back. Make sure the wires are not getting pinched or anything like that. Make sure they're all loose. Run the wire down here, zip tie it, and pretty much house the DC3 right here. So to put everything back together, obviously just go in reverse and you are done.